Hey y'all, it's Betsy with Happily Ever After Etc. and welcome back to another travel video. So this is actually future Betsy because right now we are on the Carnival Panorama, but this video is all about the New York City hop on hop off bus, which we did on our way to Singapore. It's a bit windy out here today. But in our crazy day in New York, we did a lot of things. We went to the Friends experience, we went on hop off bus, we went to Pandora. We had less than 24 hours there, so all of these things were done very quickly, and I didn't have time to film an intro for this little hop on hop off experience. So let's go ahead back in time. I'll show you everything that we saw on the hop on hop off bus, and then we'll give you a little review at the end. we are done on the hop on hop off bus, and we're going to go get dinner at Carnegie Deli, I think. So wish us luck, and we'll tell you all about the bus when we get somewhere quieter. All right, y'all. So the hop on hop off bus, we didn't do quite the full route, did we? We got off for dinner before we made the full route, but it was at least like 2 hours that we were on the bus. So I would say the full route is probably somewhere between 2 and 3 hours if you're getting on and off at the same stop. And it does show you quite a bit of New York City. The Statue of Liberty is not technically on the route. You can get off, go over to the ferry, go across to the Statue of Liberty. I was sitting on the right side, which is the left side, so I did catch a glimpse of it as we drove past, and by glimpse I mean glimpse, like blink and you miss it. Mom didn't even see the glimpse, and I was not able to capture it for y'all because by the time I saw her, she was gone. But at least we did see a glimpse. We saw quite a few other things, but mostly what we saw were neighborhoods. A lot of different neighborhoods and streets. And of course, we always listen to the virtual tour. It's very windy out here on our balcony. And they would say, you know, this is the neighborhood where this happened, or this is the neighborhood where that happened. This is the neighborhood where the Twin Towers used to be and where now the monuments are. And Wall Street, where the Friends apartments would have been, you know, all the important New York landmarks. And then we did get off close to Times Square. So you can get off and hop on and hop off, but a lot of the things you see from the bus are mainly at a distance. If you actually want to go into these places, see the monuments, see the actual statues and things, you'll have to get off the bus and walk a little bit, which is doable, but not if you only have a couple hours to begin with. So as far as hop on hop off bus experiences go, we've been on quite a few buses. I would say this one was probably somewhere between a 6 and a 7. It showed you a lot of New York, but unless you really have half a day to a whole day to get off and see everything, I didn't feel like we actually saw a lot of New York besides the neighborhoods. Whereas a lot of hop on hop off buses, you can see the monuments from the bus. So that's something to take into consideration. It also was one of the more expensive buses that we've taken, which makes sense. You're in New York City. I don't remember how much it was. Was it like $50 or $60 a piece?
I honestly don't know.
I'll try to see if I've got a brochure. I can put up the price here for you. But, you know, we've been on buses that were like $20 a piece. This was not that. It was definitely $50 or $60 a piece. So I would say it's worth it if you have a short amount of time and you want to see as much as you can. But you just have to know you're not going to get good pictures of the actual places. You're just going to see an overview of the city. So,
and we couldn't stay on the bus because we had to get off, get our bags, and then get over to the airport to leave on our flight
to Singapore
so
and the ship.
We knew we were a little bit time constrained when we started.
Yes, and we knew we'd had to get off. We got off near Times Square because that's where our hotel was. So it all worked out for us. If this is something you're looking at doing, I would just stay looking at the map so you know how much time you have. But I think they said it was about an hour. It is not about an hour. I would say 90% of hop on hop buses that we've been on that say they're an hour always double it. It's never what they say. I don't know why.
Well, it depends on when you get on the bus, at what time of day. But in New York, I think the traffic is just bad all the time.
So I hope that helps. And if you are going to New York City and looking at the hop on hop off bus, I hope this helps you set your expectations for what kind of experience you'll have. We will see y'all in the next video. Bye.